Welcome to Algo Hour. It's the 23rd of January, and we are in the midst of some, I'm calling them open production meetings. I don't know. We're doing great so far. We've got 3/5 of our regular team. Solid. And hopefully today we are going to give you some updates. We've got an NFT flex time because we can't take a break. And what else is happening? There's just lots happening. So I know a lot of you have reached out, and I've talked to a lot of the Algo fam over the last 6 months, 8 months about sponsoring the show and how to get involved. And so I'm working on a way to make that a little bit more manageable for me, who does a lot of the administrative stuff for the show, which is like my least favorite thing in the world. Administrative tasks are not my friend. So hopefully that's coming up soon. But also we've been talking a lot about naming the baby, right? We want to be able to host a lot of different stuff on our YouTube channel. And it seems like it should be named something other than what my screen name is, which is what I put in 2 years ago when I made my very first video about how to buy Algo with your PayPal account and move it to your Algo wallet, which was not the best way to do it at the time, but it was the way my borderline self was doing it. And I was like, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
I don't even know how to do that. I never would have thought to do that.
Well, that's what PayPal wants to let you buy Algo. So, for another day. So yeah, that's what, we've got a lot of things that are been kind of like on the back burner. We kind of chat about in passing, as we all are very busy in the space. So I thought rather than schedule any more meetings, because we all have so many meetings, we just do it during our regular show and let everybody be a part of it. So if you are not currently watching the other show being streamed live right now, I would love you to weigh in on some things that we're talking about. I know Taco is here and ready to weigh in. He set our high score. I think we're giving him credit for 32.
32, that's huge.
In our 30-second Algo Ecosystem Challenge.
More than one a second? What a pro.
I need to get the word to John that he needs to come try again. No.
He got time, John. He did so good too.
Mm-hmm. We got Lassie. Lassie, I appreciate you for watching. Polly Two-Hearted, appreciate you. Sani Hassan, there you are. I'm glad to see your screen name. We owe you some Akita, I think. Let me check my notes that I have here. From our after hours. Sani Hassan, you won 1,000 Akita. I just need your wallet. So if you want to drop that, I will send it to your NFT vault if your contract is updated, or you can opt in and I can send it directly to you. But it's nice to see you, friend. I'm glad you're back. Joe, I saw after we talked last week that Crest made the announcement. The foundation handle shared it, and I was like, we totally had the alpha. It made me really happy and smile. That the IPFS protocol, it's not a protocol, it's a project. What, I don't know what you call it. Crust.
Yes. Yeah. It's like it's basically like a decentralized payment system for IPFS pinning.
Yeah, so sounds very cool. Can I pay an Algo yet for my IPFS storage?
Yes, you can.
I can?
Actually,
wow.
Yeah, so when I haven't gotten to the front end part of it yet, so I don't have anything to show today. But as you know, I've been working on like a sponsor thing where if someone wants to sponsor the show, they can just go to a website and have a contract, do everything for you and for them.
Contract do things instead of me do things. It sounds
exactly. And so the idea is that sponsors need to upload their image that they want to show on the show.
Right.
And so I'm thinking that website will basically use Crust. So where you want to sponsor the show, not only are you paying the show, but you're paying probably a fraction of an algo to pin your file on IPFS. So you just go to the website, upload your file, and then pay an algo, and it will do everything you need for it.
Oh, and for a file that small, I'm sure I'd be a fraction of a micro algo. I think somebody did the math on it. I'm not going to pretend to know what storage values on computing are, but that is so cool. I thought that announcement was just the announcement. You know how we like to do an announcement of an announcement. So I didn't realize that was live, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to mint something just so I can pin something to IPFS. Okay.
Yeah, it's something the Crust team has been working on it for a couple weeks. We initially started talking to them like months ago, and shout out to the Crust team because they, normally when we partner with a project, like we need to like tell them about Algorand and show them how it works and that sort of stuff. But they knew how to use Algorand. They wrote their contracts without any help. They knew what they were doing, so it was really seamless process. And so now you can pay with Algo to pin on IPFS. So pretty cool.
It's really legit. Cool. I know. And we have some artists. We also have Chris Winter, which I was just in their bi-weekly VOI update meeting, and they were talking about IPFS for something. I don't know what, but there's this place on the AVM that does this decentralized pinning. Don't you know, Chris? I know you love it when my Midwesterner. Don't you know? We were just talking about IPFS, so that's kind of cool. And then Maureen Denny, who is an artist on a few chains, so I'm sure she's familiar with pinning images in the IPFS or Pinata. I remember that was a thing, so that's cool. I was stoked to see that. And then Luga, you are off doing push-ups, which should, despite what I have heard people say, push up the price. Right?
Yeah, that hurt. Gosh,
how is that
I can't
going?
believe Ted did me like that. How are the push-ups going? There's entirely too freaking many of them. I'm exhausted, dying, but it's huge. I think we're up to 30 entrants. Pool is like, if you count Akita and Coop, it's like almost 3,500 algo, which is a ridiculous amount of algo.
And how many push-ups have you done? Because it was easy to track that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm going to do 1,000. Oh, it's all Kirby's fault. And then
yeah, he's like, yeah.
So you just let yourself off the hook. You're like, I'm going to, the prize pot's tripled. Who cares how many push-ups I do? Is that kind of where we're at?
Yeah. There's no way I'm breaking 3,000. Like, no way. I think I was at 584 last time I checked, which might have been like a week ago.
Okay.
And I'm still doing like 30-ish a day. So
nice. Good job.
We might be close to 800. I'm gonna go back and personally track it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's wild.
That's been fun. It's been really fun to see everybody try. I do have a fail video. I was telling Luga before the start of the show that I will find the courage to post because push-ups are hard, y'all. And so somebody had sent me some tips and I adjusted my form and fell on my face. So, push-ups are hard. We're all works in progress. I do want to shout out everybody who's been so supportive about it, whether it's like rooting your friends on who are doing push-ups or just being a nice human being and encouraging. I just think it's really great. And it's a great segment or segue into some of the ideas that we have been bubbling up and talking about in the last year and segments that we would love to bring to the show, right? And as you know, our show's an hour long. It's an hour on Tuesdays. Luga hangs out for some of it, some of the time. There you are. And it's not enough time to do everything that we want to do. So we want to bring more to the channel, which means the channel needs a name. The baby, we got to name the baby. So if you have any good ideas, let me know. I have pages and pages of terrible ideas I have come up with myself. So let me know if you guys have any. But one of the segments I would love to do is like a Web3 manners or like a Web3 etiquette and just have like little shorts on like, don't ping me in a Discord. Don't at everyone, right? Like that's something you might not know that you might want to know. Or you will likely be ignored if you slide into somebody's DM with a how are you? And that's it. Just like the little things that, has a female in the space. Sometimes I get really frustrated because I'm like, just be a reasonable person. Like, come on.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to ask. Yeah.
But there's so many friends I have in the space that feel that same reasonable way that, like, I think sometimes it would be kind of cathartic to, like, every once in a while pull out get your elbows off the table type segment, right? Like when you show up to dinner at mom's and she's like, get your elbows off the table. Like, they probably shouldn't be there, but just in case you need a reminder, maybe don't tweet at somebody after you DM them 5 minutes later, and say, hey, I DM'd you. Yeah, that's so nice. So that's a fun idea for a segment. I want to do a mockumentary on the side about shoes. I'm still collecting materials if anybody has one. I just think a mockumentary would be so much fun to make.
Fantastic.
But there's a little bit of like, I'm kind of scared of Little Dirk and his lawyers. And so I think it would be fun to have everybody like group, I don't know how to say it, like group fund, but like group source the content that we use for it. So I'm not the one that went and found all this stuff. Like we all found like it was provided. So it's a community.
I think Gallica was at some point.
I don't know.
I could be making that up. I think they're like Manos Day, something on X, but yeah.
Manos.
They've done the wind shoe.
Diamond Hands. Manos.
Yeah.
Diamond. I don't know. I can't remember exactly how they have it. But yeah.
I can't
like Manos. Hi, Manos, if you're watching. A news segment. I would love a news segment. I think it would be really fun to make people read headlines someone else wrote.
Oh, I'm down.
I think it would be so much fun.
Write me anything. I'll run Burgundy it.
I feel like we could even like log in with we got to do like the turn, separate for I can't turn my head the right way now. I'm thinking about it, but like earlier this week, so-and-so reported blah, blah, blah about this and that. Or, there is lots of news that I often feel guilty about not disseminating in the space. Like when things are dropping or, NFD has that change coming with their segments that I don't really know what the date was, but I probably should have warned anybody. Governance period is open again. There's so many things, but I think it could be a really fun way to let some people creatively write if we accept, not like tips, but like little articles, little stories. So those are some of the things that I think are really fun. I would also really love how-tos. And it's only so that hopefully I want to sneak into other people's worlds. So if you really like cooking, you might see one of our videos and not know it's about blockchain really, or not know. So I don't know. I just think it would be cool. Cooking with Quill. I'm going to hit them up. I promise at one point I will share my cookie recipe with everyone because I have been making the heck out of some chocolate chip cookies, which is probably why I can't do a push-up. Besides the point completely. But I just think sharing other aspects of ourselves in a way would be really fun, right? And I think it would be a way to connect with people, and when they can ask why we are all know one another later. I still ask myself that every once in a while. So there's a lot of really cool, I would love how-tos on how people do what they do, whether it's coding or my kids are watching old Bob Ross videos right now. Yeah, I am tired of, I said I used to watch it when I was a kid, and my daughter's into it for the next day and a half anyways. But how cool would it be to have Buddy Man do a Bob Ross for us, or
oh, it'd be adorable.
Doodles hang out and, so I know there's people that share stuff live. It's just a matter of connecting all of those pieces, right? Redhead's one that creates constantly live in his Discord. Just a matter of connecting all those pieces. So we need to make some of the more mundane stuff a little more automated so that our attention can go elsewhere. What else? How do you feel about your Algo Active? You want to share some rock climbing videos with us too? Are we going to make a climber?
So bad.
A climber section on the channel?
Oh my gosh, and I could give you how-tos.
I would love that. And I think that it would help my writing campaign for you to be on American Ninja Warrior, because I just am obsessed with that. My kids love it. And how else are we going to get you on there? We got to get more clips. So I think that would be really fun too.
You could do it. I used to do. I'm a coach. I used to do like intro videos and like how do you do this and whatnot. I've posted them a few on like my YouTube back in the day, but I don't know. I haven't really like hardcore focused on that in like a year or so.
Ninja.
Can't imagine what happened in my life.
Chris, the focus is blockchain, not crypto, right? Just saying, it's not about the money. It's about the technological advancement and what it can do. But I agree.
Non-fungible training.
The non-fungible ninja. Oh my gosh. Yes. See, this is why we need production meetings right here so that we can bounce these ideas off. Chris, tell me, non-fungible ninja is pretty good. And that would open up a whole new way to educate people because people would be like, what is non-fungible? Hugh Joe, who can tell us what non-fungible means.
There we go.
I actually wrote an article on what an NFT is. It's buried in Allo if you want to know how I describe that. Probably mildly incorrect. It's there because I think that those kinds of things are fun and they open up doors. So part of that is finding out new ways to kind of streamline the admin, right? Getting guests on the show. We did the Wheel of Names to try to make it more inclusive. What did everybody think of that? Was it like good, bad? Should we find another way to do it?
I liked that we got people in the community that necessarily wouldn't have done it.
Right.
Like they were nervous but okay, my name got called, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like the professionals in the space per se. We didn't have like all the people that do streaming and video.
Right.
We got kind of like the newbies, and we let them have a platform. Like that's kind of what I love about our thing is giving people a platform.
Right.
So I still love that Wheel of Names option.
So maybe it's like something we do once a month.
I think
But
so.
then, like, how do we get wheels on the name? So last time around, we did a tweet that I bookmarked, and I just tried to like reuse that same tweet. But at a certain point, you needed. So, like, any suggestions? The chat is still laughing at how we can pitch non-fungible things to people, which is hilarious. I love that. So not financial advice. We already said that I will get that out for season 2, a reminder, because currently it's in our credits reel that, are for entertainment and fun and learning, but none of us know what we're doing. But yeah, I think that would be fun. So yeah, I think that the channel could be so much fun if we were more organized. So one of the things that I would like to do is put out, contribution or like contributor bounties kind of. So if you want help with the show and you're like, what do you need? I could be like, hey, it would help me huge if somebody would go in and timestamp our videos after the fact, right? Because I'm like very busy during waking hours, and then by the time waking hours are over, there's like another meeting about something else. And I did do it for a little while, and then other things, other running of the show, and like it's just a lot. It would be huge help if somebody did that. It's not a big ask, I don't think. But then we could maybe give you a contributor credit in our credits reel, right? I don't know if that's something anybody would be interested in. So if you're in the chat, tell me. I don't know, Joe, you get a contributor credit already. So I don't know, like, if listing your name more than once would really seeing the fact. But what do you guys think of that idea?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah, and I also thinking about like for ways to people kind of mixing the idea of like people supporting the show and like the Wheel of Names thing. I wonder, because my brain automatically goes to how can we use blockchain technology for this? We could maybe we have people that like sponsor the show and they get their logo on the bottom. And maybe there's also another option where you can just like support the show and like send a couple algos. And that's like a raffle ticket, basically, that gets you like a raffle ticket to like participate in
Oh,
the
that's
show
fun.
some way.
Ooh.
I
And
love
so
that.
like every month or however, we'll do like a new drawing, and that person can come on the show, maybe come up with, because we'll have like more time between each person, maybe we can like come up with our own like segment that
like
they wanna
Publishers
do.
Clearinghouse. We'll have balloons, the whole thing. I like that. Somebody had mentioned to me that one way to do that via blockchain would be updating metadata on your NFD and then searching for people who have updated. So I love that. And a couple months ago, I was like, how can I do verified number? Like I know verified random functions are real, but like how do I got tangled up in the web of foreverness, and I think the dev ended up getting the answer, but it wasn't enough for me to like be able to translate it down into what I wanted to do. But yeah, I would love to do that, like sending even like a zero algo transaction or whatever, and then once you perfect your system that you were working on, you can just like do another one just like it, but for that prize. And that way we can give everyone credit who contributes towards that prize every month. We could give them like credit for it. That would be fun, but I would want a blockchain way to pick it. I feel like Wheel of Names is okay. But
yeah, we could definitely do that. And like you said, use the VRF to do
monthly sweepstakes winner. I dig it. That would be really fun. That's a great idea. So one of the things I had written down, and I'm just going to assign Ted and Feely some homework.
Do it.
We'll get a time marker on here. But in the vein of the bounty, the contribution bounties is like, what do you guys need, right? Like, what do you need? Is it another camera? Is it a light? Is it a t-shirt? Is it sunscreen? Is it a buddy to do? I don't know. I don't know what is right for each person, right? And like, obviously, part of the show is giving the human aspect of us a platform, right? So like, I'm sure Joe does nerd out over stuff that isn't blockchain. And we have like kept him in like his little dev's den. I feel like I have him locked in a little cave of deving. But like, yeah, what do you guys want? Are there any special requests from the cast or the crew that, like things, what would be really cool, because we have some great community sponsors who have helped us build a tiny little nest egg. But we want to be able to do more. And part of that is empowering people with resources that they need, whether it's love in your Discord or like I said, a t-shirt or another light. I feel like I need another light. My screen doesn't glow enough. What do you guys think?
Oh man. I mean, I just want more weights. Can y'all buy me more weights?
More weights? I thought you made children use kettlebells.
I do have children's kettlebells. That's perfect. I got plenty of those.
Progressive weights. They get heavier.
Yeah. They really do.
That's it?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything like, I don't know. I feel like the bare minimum of us showing up and doing our thing so far has mostly worked out. So
yeah, I mean, we are really lucky that we work the way that we work. And Teddy did message me. He got called away to a Fiat meeting, for his real job last minute. And Feely had, you guys, they switched her locations, and now her schedule's changing because everyone's sick. Ugh. Medical and worse. So she'll be back, and we're gonna figure out a way to keep doing StarCast, because I think that that's a really fun thing. But I also think that sometimes it gets lost in our show. Like if you're not like if you're looking for astrology, you might not find our show, right? So yeah, those are some things that I just think a little bit of help. So I know for me, and obviously like you guys are the sweetest, and you're like, I don't need anything, and I do try to make it as easy as I can. But like for me, I would love more help managing the YouTube, right? Like I'm sure I'm supposed to hashtag and do like other stuff on there, right? Like I see YouTubers are like links in the comments and like stuff. I don't really know how to do that. And if we're being honest, I don't really know how to do what I'm doing now. So I feel like we shouldn't stretch too far away, or the whole pancake might collapse. Let's see here.
Well, so kind of on the term of like subscribers and Algo Active, I do kind of get a lot of traffic on Algo Active. Like my number one pinned post for it has 11,000 engagements on it. So like,
that's amazing, right? Is that good? I don't know what a good number for engagement.
I don't think I've ever seen 11,000 before on something that I posted,
right?
And it's just me like doing push-ups. But like if people wanted to sponsor, and like I could just shout them out on the Algo Active, or like use their logo in the bottom, or just like anything. Like, it gets a lot of views. If you want to sponsor Algo Active,
that'd be a cool thing to do.
Boom, I'll just edit it into whatever silly workout video I do that day.
Yeah. And one of the things, talking about sponsorships, Maureen Denny says, maybe a segment about blockchain for those afraid to admit they have no idea what they're doing. Maureen, that is me all the time. I tried to shuffle. You guys know, like, Algobots was like one of the first projects that like got me in the door of NFTs. I was like, well, what are these? They launched a birds thing. I'm still trying to figure out how to claim it from the shuffle. Like, I know it took my money, and I know there's one there for me, but I just can't get the wallet and the site to connect. Even I am like, I think we call it an ID 10T error, Joe. I don't know if you know that, but like that's what I call it. When I'm pretty sure I just broke something. I don't know. So, but I think that that's true. I think a lot of people are a little bit insecure to admit how little they know, or like how we tend to fumble through things. Like, I still sign transactions that don't say the right thing from certain marketplaces.
Yep.
So it's not that I don't know better and that I should look at that transaction, but it's not showing right. So like, I agree. I just think we might not have a huge line out the door of people to be like, I mean, Lugo would do it. He would be like, I am the acting faux CMO and I don't know what I'm doing. And I think others have no problem doing that. But I don't know. I'd love to hear more about that idea, because I do think there are a lot of people that are intimidated. I know a segment that I would love to do and wrap you guys into doing on a rotational basis is like things we've been meaning to get to for a while. So like, I have not pew-pewed in like months.
Oh gosh. I'm so bad at pew-pew.
I know, but there's a lot of stuff that I like want to get to that I haven't. I'm still too scared to ever like play Fractal because I don't want to starve my animal and have it die. So I just have never played.
Wait, they can die now? Oh man.
I think so. That's why I never fed my robot. I was like, if I never feed my Robert, then like it won't die. I don't know. So there's a bunch of stuff that I always mean to get to that I just like don't like, catching up with projects. So I think it would be really fun to call it like a WIPS, like a work in progress, and just like catch up with the creator and what they're doing. And it's probably not going to be at an ideal time, and you're probably not going to be done with whatever it is you're working on, but like, show us what you got. So, one of the things that I think would be cool and be helpful would be for me to do some segments on how I stream, like behind the scenes screen show what is happening. And I think it's going to make me feel really insecure because like Maureen said, you guys will see how very little I know what it is I'm doing. But I also think it might empower people if we can give it a try. And then that's how the channel builds its content. And that's how we have more people and more time and stuff like that. So, I mean, I feel you, Maureen. I feel like it all changes so fast that like, I miss the Bewangas and I see this guy once a week. So like, I get it.
Bewangas.
Blockchain for dummies, simple tasks, explained once a week.
Yeah, I think we could do like, because right now we have NFT Flex Time for like showing project, like the art side of projects, but we don't really focus much on like the other like utility stuff.
Right.
So if we could do, like, I know once we did like a horse race, like live on the show. So maybe we could do more stuff like that and give it a more like educational spin. So that way we have like showing people how to do it, but also we get to like highlight other projects and like what they can do and how to do them.
Yeah, we could have like a little Royals fight. We could go on a Mango quest. We could, gosh, what else is there?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's like a million things in everybody's Discord. You can hunt for treasure in the basic. You can battle. You can rumble royale. You can play trivia. You can play poker. I think grocery games are still a thing. Like there's so many things. And then like, you get into upgrading and burning and like, I think of like the mentals and the thumbs and the, there's a bunch, the Lundies you can like mint and there's just so much. And I'm having that kind of come to Jesus moment in Discord where it's like, man, I have 7,000 alerts right now. 9,000.
7,000.
9,000 alerts.
Oh my God.
And I figured out how to mute them all. I haven't figured out how to clear them all. Kraken told me once and then I forgot. But so like, I want to be there. If you're thinking, man, how come nobody likes my project? And like, I wish people were in my Discord. Please know it's not that I don't want to be there. It's that there's so much going on. It turns into paralysis a little bit. And I feel like this show has really helped me kind of stay more on top of it than I think I might have otherwise fallen behind a little bit because I'm kind of forced to check in once a week with certain people. Like little Joey over there, which I know so much about deving now. Like I feel like I don't know about how to do it, but I feel like if a developer asks me a question, I know enough. Like let's just say I ran into a developer in the real world. Like I know enough to like point them in the right direction and talk about, what our time to finality is. And like, I know about decentralized IPFS storage now, like the different languages.
Python on Algorand.
Right. You would say Python to me and I'd be like, huh? And now I know that we write Python on Algorand. So I feel like even if it doesn't feel like it's making a big difference, it's helping me, but I think it's helping the ecosystem too. I think what we do is important.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hunting Lundies. I want to see Mingo quests look like, but I'm too poor to buy a Mingo.
They're cheap now.
Fair enough, no. Sending NFTs in Para. That would be a good one. So here's something that I do want to think about kind of for next week. Is like, what are some of the things we've gotten right? What are some of the things that like we might have missed the ball on? And when I say we, I'm really just lumping these poor guys along with me. I mean, we are totally a team, and I love that. And that's what makes me feel brave enough to do what I do most weeks. So thinking about like what we've done right, what we've done wrong, like thinking of a way to kind of encompass that group lift idea and the idea that, good vibes and higher tides are good for everyone. That blockchain can be part of the solution for what we all want for a better future for ourselves. And that looks like different things to different people, but like blockchain can be a solution for a lot of it. And like put that into something that feels welcoming. So people that don't want their own YouTube channel can hang out and we'll all like create a fun content together. I don't know. I can't name the baby. I'm not going to pretend like I have a good idea for it, but that is on kind of the never ending to-do list. So that's something I want to think about for next week. And then how to pick people for the show, right? Like show how to race a horse or how to do a Mingo quest without feeling like you're picking winners and losers, right?
Listen, don't be afraid. Just pick them. Just pick, because like, so I had that same conversation with the AF where they're like, we don't want to highlight projects because what if they rug? And it's like, they're probably going to rug. Like, it happens. It's okay.
They probably are, yeah.
Like, yeah, you got Puffins to come over and then they gave us 2, fingers. But like, you tried. Like, that's the point. It's okay if we highlight a rug. It really is. We're not endorsing anything. We're just saying, yo, this is somebody building an algorithm.
Right.
This is what they're doing. The rest is yours, So, like, Let's not be afraid to highlight people because I think that's kind of what we need to do. That's the point of is to give people platforms. And if they screw up the platform, like, that's on them. That's not on us because we allowed them to come share our platform. Because otherwise, then we're just like gatekeeping constantly, and we become this gatekeeping blockchain, gatekeeping show, and like
Yeah, no, you don't want to
figure
gatekeep it either. And that's why I love the
Yeah.
Wheel of Names for picking guests, because it felt like, you didn't have to be brave enough to talk to me. Not that talking to me is intimidating, but like you didn't have to be brave enough to slide into somebody's DM to get on the show. I liked that. So like Google Forms, like, or do we just like?
I mean, if the like one algo transaction works and we just RNG, 70 people send us one algo, and then I don't know. You said the VRF. I think you used that to find one of those 70 people, and like, boom, you're on the show. Welcome.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. Wallet. I think that would be cool. So, like,
if somebody that's X-Chain wants to come over, if we talk like an XRP project, like, hey, come on our show. Like, okay, get an algo wallet, send us one algo.
Make an algo wallet.
Boom, you're locked in. Onboarding. That's what we're about.
I like that. See, this is why we need these meetings. I dig it. And then last but not least, how is the time working for everyone? I know Feely's kind of up in the air right now, but I think eventually she's like Monday and Tuesday are her weekend usually for work. So I think we'll get her back eventually. When we decided on this time originally, it was to schedule around some other people in the space that already had live shows. I don't necessarily want to change it because I think consistency is good, but I also want to know how other people feel. Are you like, we should change it to an afternoon thing, or should it rotate? I just think it's easy to set and forget in my calendar. Like, I know that, but I don't know, Joe, what do you think? I know you're really busy and you get Globetrot. I say Globetrot, but it's for work, like all over the world. Are Tuesdays at 1 a good time of day for you typically?
Yeah, no, it's honestly any afternoon is good for me because my mornings are normally busy because I work with we're a global company, so I work with a lot of people in like Europe. So normally my afternoons are a lot more free.
I gotcha.
So really any day in the afternoon is good with me.
Okay. Afternoon show before poker game every week. I'm not a fan of the other show. I am a fan of what he's trying to do. I've always been a Cooper Daniels fan. I think it's great. I'm one of those people that I go out of the way to like step around stuff. So when it was at 12:30, I was a little bummed. Now it's at 1. I kind of have to, I can't like ignore it. Right. So, I think Tuesdays at 1's work, but at the same time, I hate it when people schedule spaces on top of one another because I feel like you're implicitly detracting from it somehow. Even though I don't feel like it's a competition, it just is like you've got two things on at the same time. I would love to have them staggered so that there's always something like Algorand has live content lots of the time.
Yeah.
Problem is we have a show with several people on it every week, right? And so it's not as easy as just like, showing up. So let me know what you guys think about that. I like Tuesdays at 1. I think it's a good time for me with school. It's kind of like I can still make it to pick up, can still do drop off. It's kind of lunchtime where I am. The West Coast is kind of getting up. So I think it's a good time of day, but I did want to ask people what they thought. Because, Coop was streaming, I think, at 11 when we picked 1. And the next block was doing like a weekly thing. Yeah, it was 6. I think it was 6 a.m. his time. Yeah. So, and then the next block was doing Mondays at 1 at the time, I think. So I want to support the other creators. If you are not subscribed to Cooper Daniels Show, The Recoup, you should be subscribed. You should also be subscribed to our channel. Here's a great reminder to like and subscribe to everybody. Frugal BC also makes great content. So yeah, I don't know. That's just a kind of a thought. I don't know.
I think we just like let it ride. Like it is what it is. We're not gonna be able to like perfectly schedule around each other. I mean, it's like a mom trying to schedule a play date. Like it's just not gonna happen. You just got to deal with what you can do. And then they're both on YouTube. They're both recorded. So if you want to watch them, go back and watch them.
Yeah, fair enough. I always go like them, even if I don't watch Even if I don't watch it, I always go and like it. So, all right. Well, I think that that's kind of cool to hear that somebody else is looking at the same. Like I said, I just don't fix what isn't broke kind of thing, but also like you constantly want to be moving forward. And that's what I really want for like kind of a next season on the show. I feel like when I very nervously pitched this idea to you guys individually a year ago, basically more than a year ago.
Oh gosh.
I was so nervous and I like literally just like diarrhea of the mouth at all of you individually.
You kind of did.
And I didn't know if I could even do it. Like I was like, I don't even know. I've literally never streamed anything. And like, I don't know how to like practice streaming. So like, let's all practice together. It was weird, you guys, but we do it. And we've been doing it. We're 40 weeks, 41 weeks now in. So I think that it's just like, it's important at this point to like, be like, hey, we're doing it. Now what else can we do? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I think I just always want to focus on like giving people platforms,
right?
Like,
because
that's what's fun. Like you giving me this platform is like what kind of let me come into my own Web3 personality. Like I wouldn't be this crazy X-Man fitness guy. I mean, I still would be, but like y'all wouldn't know it. And so it's like giving me an opportunity to have more fun in Web3 and hang out with more people.
I love that. Let's get your platform bigger. Your platform doesn't need to be a little ledge that you hang on to rock climbing. It can be a big, safe platform where lots of people can
build a house on it.
Yes, there you go. Good foundations. I dig it. You know, I think the show has all the best intentions. I think the channel has the best intentions. Sure. It is real hard for me to talk about things that I am passionate about because I get real nervous. I think my eyes watered to the point where I cried our first like 6 episodes. A, because I was laughing really hard, but also because I was just like a ball of nerves. So like we've come a long way. I don't know.
I really have. Oh my gosh.
Thanks for hanging out on the ride, guys. So we'll assign some credit. I want a quick I don't know if I can pull it up, but I wanted to look at our flex times because it's one of our friends' birthdays. Let me see if I can find it. I was gonna try to pull it up on I can't talk and push buttons at the same time. It's nothing new, but all right, here's our flex time. Because it's our friend's birthday. So happy birthday, Perdoodles. It's your birthday.
Perdoodle's birthday? Oh,
Perdoodles. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Perdoodles. But also, we just had kind of a lot of flexes this week, so I thought that it would be kind of cool to run through them if I can get them up on my screens. Totally why I don't want to show you guys how I run the show. It's a mess. I love this rainbow gully. It's good. And like, you know, we could have written some funny headlines about that, but it's doing okay now, right? I think who's running that now? Is it Polly? No, it's not Polly. Who's running gullies? No.
Oh, Murph. Murphy 6.
Murph is.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So like that's cool. Let's see what else we got here. Perdoodles, happy birthday in advance. This is amazing. Polly tweeted this one. It's so good. It is it's a Scott Marin piece. And it looks like a really cool tattoo shop to me. Just got them tattoo vibes. To Spawnlings collab? Yeah.
I can't actually see your screen, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't see my screen?
I can't. I got nothing. I don't know if I lost it or if everybody lost it.
Joe, can you see it?
I can see it, but for some reason it's a lot more pixelated than normal, so it's hard to actually see it.
Oh, there
you go.
Maybe it's just me.
Oh, yeah. For some reason it's going in and out for me.
That is the joys of live streaming with multiple people in different spaces and places. And it says that I don't know.
I mean, I can see it on the YouTube. Like I have the YouTube.
You see it on the YouTube?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's on a bit of a delay though. Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay, I do see it on the YouTube now. Okay. That's wild. I can't see it backstage. No. I'm delayed.
I can see mine backstage.
I think I lagged out. I tried to open
know-
an Excel document. My computer exploded.
Oh, yeah. Kiss of death. And that's another thing is like, so we run our video meet on a non-for-profit open sourced video meet called Video Ninja. And I really like the person that founded that. I don't know them. I don't like that or anything, but I'm a big fan of what they did and how it's worked. And I think that videos on that would be kind of cool. So yeah.
Because I have no idea what you do or how you do it.
I know, and like honestly, we need a few people that like kind of know how. So I was thinking, Joe, I don't know if it's possible. I want to like open repo my OBS? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know enough about how OBS works
Okay.
to know if that.
I know you can save your setup and send it to people. I just don't know anybody else who OBSs the way I do for me to send it back and forth to see what that would look like. So if you OBS and are in the Alka family and are like, I could help her run some tests, that's another way you can get involved. Bit too cold for me. This is Lassie posting loaf.
Supposed to the U.S. Algo?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Basic buddies. Happy birthday. Honestly, I am just such a fan of Perdoodles. I have been for a long time. Most of their stuff is made on PowerPoint.
That's insane. I don't know how they have that patience.
I don't know either. So yeah, there's a bunch of people, like everybody in the Algo fam. Basically, that's all of NFT Flex Time. And I didn't like go to their page. This is NFT Flex Time, searching on Twitter. It's just everybody loving on them, so telling them happy birthday. So that's pretty cool to see. Ice Age did post this Betty, which I like a lot. I heard there's a new Betty on the block. I have not seen it, and it is not safe for work, I hear.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeti, what are you
thanks,
doing?
Feely, for not posting that to Twitter on me and getting me banned from YouTube. Quilt posting some doodles. Her doodles is the best. Got all these purple.
So great. Gosh, you're everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. All right. So I didn't want to skip saying happy birthday to Perdoodles. I didn't want to skip Flex Time. We've got an update on the push-up. She said the pot is over 3,200 algo. There's some Akita in there. There's some Coop in there. And all you have to do...
There's more Coop if Coop will do it.
Really?
Coop.
So Coop does push-ups.
I'll double the Coop.
Oh.
I mean, it's only 500. It's not like insane, but
okay.
It's like 15 USD.
Heck yeah.
It's generational wealth right now.
I was going to say, and if people want to contribute to that, are you giving him the algoactive.algo wallet, or are you giving him a different?
I'm just going straight from lordbeluga.algo.
Okay, that's fine. You do have a show wallet though for the algoactive if you do want to make contributions outside of this weird push-up thing that he's got going, because that all started by winning something from MJ, I think. But there's the algoactive.algo, and then our show wallet is support.irl.algo, which will also change when we name the baby. But yeah, support.irl.algo is kind of like the main show wallet, I think.
How do you feel about crypto IRL? Like, does that feel weird?
Crypto?
Like, if we named the show Crypto IRL, because like IRL also stands for in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew.
I know that. Back in the day,
like
I was like, what do you mean I need a Twitter
life.
to find out about this? They're like, you need a Twitter. And I'm like, well, I don't care what it means on Twitter. I want to know what it means in the real life. And that's
there you go.
I was frustrated, and my borderline boomer had to make a Twitter to learn about Algo. So here we are. It's fine. I like that, but so I have and this might be me. Tell me if I'm being obscene. But like, to me, crypto is different than blockchain, right?
Okay,
and
so blockchain IRL.
I don't love blockchain, or I don't love crypto, right? And blockchain doesn't sound as good. Crypto is like saying like stocks, right? To me. No?
Yeah, you do get an image of a D bag for sure.
I didn't mean it like that, but No, we love our traders and make the world go round. But like blockchain to me is something like beyond that, right? I don't know.
Okay.
It could just
non-fungible life. I'm stuck on that. Also, you all
be
lost.
anything. I think I just rugged everybody kicking my computer.
I can hear you.
You can hear me? I don't know what I just did. Like I legit my other hold on. I don't know what I just did for real. I'm just like, God.
Can we just be technical difficulties? Can we just name that our show?
I was just explaining backstage. I kicked my computer, like for real, accidentally kicked it, and just everything fell apart. So, anyhow, there was a really good comment. Let's see. No, it wasn't in the comment. What were you saying?
Does a non-fungible life or something?
Non-fungible life.
Was that my idea?
I'm gonna write that down.
Oh, I'm getting written down.
I know, oh, dude. I have so many bad ideas. Being written down is not a. Yeah, like I said, I thought of like cool acronyms. I went down the acronym trail for a while because I felt like a lot of like PBS and NPR and the BBC and like everything seems like an acronym. But all of them,
letters.
Yeah, they didn't sound good. None of the ones I could think of. Yeah, if you guys only knew. So I thought HGLE was like one of my better ones because it sounded like HTML.
Yeah.
It's bad. But
if you get 4 letters, we're going to try and pronounce it as a
something
problem.
about being like human, right? Like that's the connection. I don't know. We all have our strong suits. Being stubborn is one of my strong suits, so that's how we have a show. Naming things is not.
You are bedrock.
Go ahead, John.
We could be BBL.
One of
big
the
blockchain life.
One of the big updates for Algorand is going to be like the peer-to-peer stuff. And so I've been trying to think of like if we could do a play on words with like peers and people or something.
Peer-to-peer publications.
Ooh, P2P.
Peer-to-peer.
P2P. I'm in. I'm locked in on that one.
I like it. Okay. All right. So something about peer-to-peer. I like that though because it is kind of like, you know.
That's kind of what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Connecting each other.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like once we have an idea and can like just like put a hello, my name is on the channel, it'll be really easy to then like start to organize the different clips and like organize different content and feel like a home for that type of stuff. So I know that like the administrative stuff is something that I would really love help with, and I will totally very happily give you a contributor credit. That's what makes your world go round. I do know that we plan to, if you are sponsoring the show currently, never fear, we did not drop you as a sponsor. We're just taking a break because we're trying to gear up for season 2. We want it to be bigger and better and just like keep growing, right? So this is kind of like a very early beta, right? A test net, if you will, for us knowing that we can host a Group Lift live show. It's been great. Joe's working on some ways to make sponsoring this easier. We're kind of reduce the friction of me having to DM people or email them or just like avoid them if they have sponsors. So I'm really excited about that, but I also want to be able to give some contributor credits out, right? So like financial support is one thing, but there's other ways you can support kind of the idea and what we want to do. And like I said, some of those administrative things, I just get like all tangled up in, and then I end up with 8 pages of notes and nothing ends up getting updated on the YouTube channel. So that's what I got for you guys today. We love Perdoodles. Happy birthday, Doodle. Everybody loves Perdoodles. Happy birthday.
Doodles is great.
All right, closing thoughts. Any homework for me next week? We will name TBD. I looked. TBD is actually the name of a different media company, and I felt like it would be too close because I was happy to just say TBD. Like we'll determine it later. It didn't work, and I can't hear you, Luca.
Oh yeah, talking to my co-host.
Little Luca.
Little Luca.
Little Luca. Any homework for me, Joe? Do you need anything from me before next week?
No, I think we're all good.
Okay. I thought about sending Jaws a message that was like, hey, can you tell me other fun people? Because I feel like Stacy's going to be on the next block this week. I don't know that she would have a good time on our show. Like, I'm scared to ask Stacy. I want, like, more Joes and Ryans. How do I find those? Is there, like, a list of Joes and Ryans? Like, do you guys all play games together or, like, get drinks after work? I want invited to those powwows because there's some really fun people at AF, and I feel like John does a really good job kind of, like, encompassing that. But that's all I got, right? So I think that that's something that I need to get better at. It's just like bugging people a little bit more. I'm like, hey, would you mind, please? And then if I don't hear back from you, I just like let it go. And so like the Jaws follow up, it was like because other people were counting on me, I continued to like follow up. But like I messaged Coop Daniels and then just like never, that's like just out in the wind. I messaged you about it. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, let's call it good meeting, guys. More next week.
Indeed.
We'll roll into a fancier looking season 2. Is it 2 or 3? I don't know.
Call it 2. It'll be fun.
2. Sounds fun. All right. Appreciate you guys big time. Thank you. Till next week.
Later.